What is up, everybody? It is me, your boy TPT, coming at you, not live and not from Twitch TV. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 5 of Gregtech New Horizons. So, we have did quite a lot last episode. Obviously, we visited the Twilight Forest dimension, I should say, and we got the electric blast furnace in place. As you can see, Temper is just installing the 4 basic steam turbines we need right now. Then this bad boy is going to be up and running. And this is a pretty important tool here because we're going to be needing it obviously both for the gallium arsenide crystals, of which we gathered a bunch of gallium last episode. As well as we do have some impure pile of Riga dust here ready to finish making the centrifuge, and then we will be able to get a bunch more of the arsenic as well too. But more importantly, what we also need is a bunch of clay. I think he's trying to copy me. But we also need a bunch of clay, hardened clay, in order to be able to make the aluminium. So we're going to go and do a little bit of exploring, and hopefully we're going to find that. Well, I say exploring, I actually already know where some is. As you can see in the background there, we have found a bit of clay already. It's pretty far away, but you know, we do know where it is. We just got to go mine it. So let's go and do that right now. So we are back in the base, and I have big news for you. Look at this right here. We are picking ourselves up our first gallium arsenide crystal. Now, we need the gallium arsenide crystal in order to make diodes, because we need the diodes in order to make the good electronic circuits, which is the next tier of circuits. So boom, 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 look at that. We've got it right there, all completed. Gallium arsenide crystals. Boom, boom. That is awesome, because that is putting us one step closer to medium voltage. Because as you can see here, we've only got 2 steps left. We've got to make ourselves a basic chemical reactor, not a large chemical reactor. I'm about 2 tiers ahead of that one. And also the diodes as well too, because that'll be the last thing that we need in order to make these. Because as you can see, you need 3 LV circuits, 2 diodes, copper wire, steel casing, and a good circuit board. And we already have pretty much all of that as is. We've just got to grab ourselves our diodes. So that is really, really awesome. I will say, another great perk of the pigment backpack is I can jump all over these pipes, you know, and they would have previously burned the hell out of me. Okay, my toes would be sizzling, you know, I'd be burned to a crisp eventually. But with fire resistance, this doesn't even matter. And you know what? It's the same story with buckets of lava. I can carry as many goddamn buckets and molten cells as I want, and nobody's gonna stop me now. Is that not awesome? Alright guys, are you ready? So if we drop that there, I'm pretty sure that goes there. I think it goes like this. Oops, that there, and boom. Basic chemical reactor. So if we take a look, we have opened up the MV machine hull. That's awesome. So we will now need a little bit of alumina in order to make some aluminium ingots. There is a bunch of ways we can get this, as you can see in here. 8's enough to complete this quest, sure, but we are going to need a lot of alumina. So we can get it from a few different sources. Obviously, I did go mine all that clay, but it's not technically going to be useful for us until just after we get into MV. I just did it a little bit in advance. So what we need to do is we need to get some from ruby sapphires and green sapphires. So we're going to go mine a bunch of them out of the Twilight Forest, essentially. Or obviously we can get ruby from the overworld. Might actually just check. Let's just have a quick little check, see which ones have the most aluminium in it. So that's AL2. And then what about rubies? So that's 40%. Rubies, on the other hand, are... Where's the bloody ruby ore? Okay, no. Where'd it go? Hold on a second here. Sorry, 1 second. AL2. Okay, yeah. So ruby is not as effective because it's only 1/3 aluminium, whereas the sapphires are 40%. So we'll have to go and grab a bunch of those out of the Twilight Forest. So you know what that means? It means time to do some more mining. So let's go. Thankfully, we've already found a bunch of sapphire veins right next to our portal. And now it is time to start getting to business. Let's get it. Okay, I think we have just about cleared it up. We'll just collect these last bits of cobble and stuff. I'll be honest, I was expecting a little bit more sapphire in this vein, but it was a bit of a small one. So I'll give him some benefit of the doubt. Because, you know, I mean, it wasn't that big by the looks of it. And especially not in terms of Gregtech size, because you know what Gregtech's like. Go big or go home. And unfortunately, it just looks like this vein decided to pack it in early. But we did still get about a stack of green sapphire and just under 2 stacks of sapphire. Plus a crap load of this pyro. But I'm not sure if we can... use this just yet. We might have to wait until we can process it. Oh, it looks like... Okay, what about here? Yep, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, so it looks like this one's MV mostly, unfortunately. So we won't be able to process much of this until later on, which does kind of suck. But that's all good. We've got it now. We can always just store it aside and use it later. But let's head back and start getting the grind on for this these sapphires that we've got to get alumina. So before we run all this green sapphire dust through the EPF, we're going to need to get a bunch of carbon dust as well too. Now, there's a few different ways that you can get carbon dust. However, there is one particular way which is super effective, albeit definitely a little wasteful, which is diamond dust. So what we can do is if we just grab the electrolyzer and just run the diamond dust through it, that's going to give us a full stack of carbon dust. And like I said, I know it's not the most effective means of you know, getting carbon dust, but one, we can always go and mine a bunch of diamonds later. We've got multiple veins of them near around us, and now that we've unlocked the Twilight Forest, there is also significantly more opportunities to get diamond there as well too, because there's a lot of diamond veins in the Twilight Forest. I'm pretty sure we've already found at least one or two that I can think of. So it's definitely not the most effective way of getting it, but it is definitely the one that gives the most. Now, a bit of a word of warning when it comes to the EBF is that it does use a ridiculous amount of steam. Obviously, it uses about 6,000 steam per second that it's running. So these large bronze pipes aren't enough to be able to sustain it. You would need to use probably Potin would be what I would recommend. That's Potin, which is a compound of, I believe it's bronze, lead, and tin as well too. But what we did instead is we opted to use the battery buffers, because these actually store a lot more power than storing it in the steam wells. Because as you can see here, these store 50,000 EU each, and there's 4 of them. So that's 200,000 EU. And there is also 200,000 EU there as well too. So now, if you want to do the maths on that, so that's 200,000 EU. If you divide that by 32, you'll find that we have enough for 6,250 ticks, or around 5 minutes worth of power in these battery buffers. So if I want to throw a bunch of this in, let me just make sure that I have the right one first. Do we need to pop it in? No, we don't. We don't need a program circuit. That is awesome. So let's just pop in a couple and see how it goes. And there we go. Yep. So it's going to take about 30 seconds. So I'm actually going to take out a few of these because we don't want to run it dry. Just going to show you essentially how it does, because I'm going to do this over time, but it's going to take quite a while because yes, we can run it for 5 minutes, but then it's also going to take, you know, several more minutes in order to actually recharge those batteries as well too, because obviously we've only got 2 amps going to them. Each for a total of 4 amps, so it's going to take a couple minutes to recharge them as well too. And plus, in that meantime, our steam buffer is going to be getting absolutely demolished. As you can see here, this thing is ticking down very, very quickly. So that's why I'm only going to pop it a couple, and we will continue to do all of this. Obviously, it's just that it's going to take quite a long time. So, like I said, I'm going to cut this out. And we'll come back to it later, because there's no point me doing a time lapse of it, because it's only going to be running for 3 to 5 minutes at a time, and it's going to take a while. So I will be back. Okay, guys, I know that I've got to do this a whole bunch more times, but I figured I should let you guys watch the first aluminium ingot production. It's going to take 80 seconds. Surely it'd be longer, right? Is it only 80? Oh, it is only 80 seconds. Wow, that is actually not the worst. We do currently have a almost full tank of gas, so should definitely last. Particularly with, I believe our battery buffers should still be full at this point, right? Yeah. See, our battery buffers are all full, so we've got plenty of juice here to get this one right through the final gate, and I believe this will be enough to make our first medium voltage machine casing, which will put us officially in MV. So let's just start. While that's working, let's... Oh, frick. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, guys, that is why you always pay attention to what setting your machine is on. So it looks like it's going to take us just a little bit longer before we get proper MV in that case, because I currently don't have a fluid solidifier. I don't think we've made one yet. Let me just check real quick. No, we haven't. Whoopsies. That's why you always pay attention, guys. But look at that. We do have our first 8 aluminium ingots though, which is really, really awesome. Can you actually even use this for anything? Oh, you can, but just not till that's EV, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. No, it's IV. Okay, EV and IV. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe I am just I'm just planning in advance. I'm just doing some advanced planning, making sure that we're really going to be ready for when we hit EV in like 30 episodes time. I'm kidding. I mean, it probably won't take too long. I mean, let's just have a quick little look. Oops, right, wrong one. If we look at the minutes played, we're at about, what's that, 150 hours or so. That's not too bad. I mean, you definitely can get to MV faster. If like we're just taking our time really, and we do go AFK quite a lot. So I would say realistically, you could probably hit MV in about 100 hours. If you were like pushing for it, you could probably do it in like half that time if you're really sweating. But you can definitely comfortably hit MV in about 100 hours or so. But whoopsies, my bad. Looks like we'll have to wait a little bit longer then in that case. Okay, 20 minutes later, and we are back, and we're ready to go for round 2. So let's just give this a spin, and there we go. Awesome, awesome. We'll need to grab out the ingots here, start plating them up as well too, because we're going to need 9 aluminium plates for the first machine casing. Now, if we look into here, the advanced electrolyzer is the very, very important one. Yeah, as it says right here, the advanced electrolyzer is what we can use to get all of our clay electrolyzing done. It gives us alumina, sodium, lithium, and silicon dioxide. All these are very, very useful for various different things. Lithium, for example, is useful with batteries. So you can make lithium batteries, and they are rechargeable, so they're really, really useful. But there is quite a few other things like silicon dust as well too, because we're going to need silicon to create wafers, and specifically we're going to need to upgrade it to silicon solid grade poly-Si dust, because we're going to need it for wafers. We're also going to need it for transistors, ingots, and just a whole bunch of other stuff. So it will be very, very useful to have it set up. But as you can see here, it has almost finished running, and there we go. That is the last one. So I hate myself. I really hate myself. No comment. It's all good, guys. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I hate myself. Okay, long story short, I got pissed off and I went to bed, but we have now finally got the right plates. So, but we need copper cable as well too. Let's just, I think we've got some in here, right? Surely. Yeah, okay. We're good. Almost forgot that, so essentially, oh, fuck. That's not what I want. I have no idea what I just made. Why did I put that in the bending machine? Small copper spring. What is that even used for? No idea. But, can I not? Oh, wait. Oh, look, I just woke up, okay? It's been a long day yesterday. I slept for like 9.5 hours, which did feel pretty good, don't get me wrong. Did feel pretty good. But, let's just drop. What am I doing wrong now? Can I not just color it? Do I have to? You can't just cover it. Oh, god damn it. We need to make molten rubber. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that. I can do that. Look, this is what happens when you play Gregtech after just having woke up, okay? It's never a good idea. My advice, always wait at least 5 hours. But it's fine because we have still got everything. So let's just drop these in here. Drop that in there. Wait for 2. And then we'll just go build our AV machine. Our machine hull, I should say. Like, you know, the electrolyzer is the most important part of MV, obviously, because that is what we're going to need to be able to most efficiently process our alumina. And look at that, boom! We have entered medium voltage, guys. We just need imagination. So this medium voltage is definitely where stuff really starts to open up. We do get access to biofuel and stuff here, as you look on the left-hand side. We've got access to biodiesel. We do also get access to regular diesel as well too. So there's quite a few different sources of power that we open up through this. And the reason why diesel starts to be good is, I believe it's in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. We access the multi-block oil gas fluid drilling rig. So with these particular ones, essentially what you have to do is, you know, with the normal drills, you look for obviously deposits of oil. You know, you look for your oil deposits. However, with the deep, you know, with the drilling rigs, essentially what you do is you need to use I can't remember exactly what it's called, but essentially it's a machine that you have to put like TNT or something in it, and it will take a reading of what is under bedrock. Essentially, the fluid is under bedrock, at least in metaphorical terms. It's not literally there. If you mine through bedrock, you're not just going to see like a crap load of oil or something. But you use that, and then you have to get it like transcribed and that through a bunch of other machines, and then you can read the book that you make from it, and it'll tell you up on this map here. You'll have the underground fluids tab will get opened up, and it will show you, you know, how much of each fluid is underneath there. But it is a very, very strong source of fuel in the early game, because it does last for a very long time. You know, like you can spend probably about, I think our server was, last time we did it, I think our server ran for about 2-3 weeks before we had to move the drill after the first time. Although we did get a very, very big vein. We got about I think it was 567, I want to say off the top of my head, which is a very, very big underground vein. Usually you're looking for anything above about 200 is like the minimum that you'd want from it. But MV does unlock a lot of stuff. Like I said, our first priority is definitely getting the MV electrolyzer. So we're going to need 2 MV circuits for that. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Silver does also start to be relevant in this tier, which is great because we have mined out a crap load of it. Haven't processed all of it, but we've got about 1.2k at the moment. And I'm pretty sure we still have, we've still got about 4 stacks of it in there. And what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 stacks of it in there. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. But yeah, so silver does start to be more important. So does gold, but gold's mostly for HV realistically. But no, what we also need is the MV, because we are going to need to make stainless steel. Because so obviously, as I've mentioned this previously, but the first tier uses steel, MV uses aluminium, and then HV is going to be using stainless steel, which it's not too bad to make. The chrome is the most annoying part. but you can get chrome from centrifuging ruby dust. So there is a relatively easy way to get it. Manganese is not too bad either. I think that's also another byproduct. But realistically, it's not too hard to get any of this stuff at all, which is nice. Honestly, it's probably a little easier to get stainless steel than it is to get aluminium. Except once you start automating stuff, then it does become a little harder. However, interesting fact, with the exception of nickel, pretty much all three of these can be gotten from centrifuging stone dust. So that is a possible viable late game option. Stone dust, it's not the most effective means of producing resources, but it does give you a very wide variety of resources. It does give you some kind of rare ones, like you can get titanium from it, at EV, of course, as well as fluorine, which is not the easiest one to get, although there is obviously options for fluorine, like cryolite and black granite. But anyway, let us just jump into MV and let's get started. You may have noticed that quite a lot has changed in between this and the previous clip. Well, that's because there's actually been about 4 days difference in between that one and now. I've been pretty busy the past couple of days just with work and stuff, so I haven't had too much time to play. However, Tempo has still been grinding hard at work here. And we decided that we needed to do a little bit of interior redecorating. So obviously you may remember that this is where our machines were stationed. And we have since moved it all onto this large platform here. That's because we were really running out of space here to try and put everything, particularly with the EBF just going in. And we're only going to need more because we obviously had all the MV machines that we had to build. As well as there's a few other things we will definitely need to make. So we have to do a bit of redecorating, a bit of interior design to move everything around and get it into its new place. So we do still have obviously our high pressure steam machines here and all of our LV machines, which we do have a nice little low voltage battery buffer right there as well too, as well as upgrading our tank to 2 million liters. And we do have 14 high power pressure solar boilers now instead of the 6. So we've more than doubled our steam capacity. We now make, I think it's about 2 LV amps ish, roughly about 2 LV amps that we can sustain, which is actually pretty decent for this point in time, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we do have a bunch of MV machines now as well too. So we've got our medium voltage buffer here. We've got bending machine extruder. The extruder is definitely one of my favorites because the extruder essentially, instead of only getting 1 ingot into 1 rod, or 1 ingot into 1.5 rods, we now get 2 rods for every single ingot that we use, which is awesome. Really, really good. Obviously, we have a laser engraver now, cutting machine, advanced mixer, lathe, electrolyzer, and macerator. So we have been producing quite a bit of aluminium in between them. We do have 2 and a bit stacks right now. Obviously, on top of all of the extra stuff that the extra aluminium that we had to use in this, because obviously each of these takes a machine casing, and aluminium very much is not something that we have in abundance right now. But as you can see, we have made it a pretty decent way through the MV tree. So we have got the stainless steel dust. We have got 72 of it. However, we do. Where is it? Is it in this one? What was in this one here? Yeah, there it is. 72. However, we do still need HV voltage in order to run the EBF to process it. As you can see here, 480 EO tick. That is very much not MV. So we do need to make some MV energy hatches. So what we need to do is we're going to need to make these bad boys right here. So we're going to need a bunch more aluminium, which isn't too hard. Some ultra low power circuits, which is just these wafers, which was what we have the laser engraver for. We just need some wafers as well as an emerald lens, and we can make those bad boys. MV pump, some lubricant, and that is all fine. Then what we'll also need is 4 MV steam turbines as well too. So as you can see here, we're going to need all of that. Now, in terms of power, we are probably going to at least start off with the route of diesel, as early game diesel is definitely the best route. However, we do plan on including both CBD or cetane boosted diesel and benzene into our electricity production, because having both of them is definitely a lot easier than having just one. And also, we do also plan on making a lot of infrastructure, as I've already mentioned a couple of times, and that is going to require a lot of power, even though it's worth it in the long run. And also, this is actual lava. That's kind of funny, but obviously because of my my fire resistance, it doesn't even matter. That's awesome. But yeah, so that is currently what we are working on. We're going to be working on upgrading our EBF and a few other things as well too. Let me just put that out, because the fire in this game lasts for such a long time. So essentially, fire in this game does last long enough to one-shot you if you don't have any extra HP. Like, the afterburn does do a full 10 hearts of damage. I'm pretty confident, at least. It does do at least a full 10 hearts of damage from what I know, which is honestly just crazy. But that's Gregtech for you. There's not really much of a surprise there. But yeah, we will definitely be needing quite a lot of all of this. As you can see, we do need ethylene, which is going to require a few different things. Ethylene can be made using like ethanol and stuff as well too, off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure. You can also do it with cracking fuel. I think it's light fuel, I want to say. Yeah, see, we can moderately crack light fuel, steam crack it specifically, and that will provide us with ethylene. So we're most likely going to have to set up some diesel pretty soon in order to get that at a reasonable level. So we'll also definitely need to make a drilling rig, as well as a I don't think it's a prospector. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. Oh no, it is a prospector. That's right. It's a seismic prospector, I believe. Yeah. It's a seismic prospector. So we're gonna need to make one of these bad boys. I don't know exactly which one we'll need. Maybe we'll probably make the LV one, I would guess. Just to start off with. Yeah, as you can see, it does require powder barrels, glycerol trinitrate, TNT or ITNT in order to use, but it doesn't actually use power. Is the good thing. It doesn't actually use power, but we'll need a data stick as well as a printer and a few other things in order to properly use it. So this will definitely come in handy. The prospectors are also very useful as well, by the way. That's these bad boys right here. What you can do is, essentially what you do is you go down to like stone, and you just right click with the prospector, and essentially it'll reveal all of the ore veins within a certain distance. So as you can see here, it's got, like a durability, obviously pretty self-explanatory, and then it also has the chunks. Oh, wait, so we can use prospectors on prospecting fluid as well, too. It's just that you have to get all the way down to bedrock, which, To be honest, I'm probably not going to bother with. I don't want to have to go all the way down to Bedrock just to check for prospecting fuel. So I'm probably just going to build a seismic prospector. Because it is obviously reusable as well. There's no durability on it. Although you do just need powder barrels. Which I think you get as a reward for making it. If we look... is it this one? Where is that? Yes. You get a stack of powder barrels and 4 data sticks for making this right now. Yeah, they're not easy to make. Because we need all of this stuff. We need a clean room to make them. So definitely don't want to lose the 4 that we get when we make it. But what's it? Oh yeah, we'll also need a scanner and we'll need a basic printer as well too. So definitely a few things, but that will allow us to really start pumping up both our power production and also our polyethylene production, which if you don't know, polyethylene is a type of plastic, and plastics are very important in this. There's multiple tiers of them, and they all do different things, and they're all very, very useful. So we will be wanting to make quite a few of them. However, I think that I might actually wrap up the episode here for now. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be long enough, probably about 34, 35 minutes-ish off the top of my head. I'm not sure. Haven't finished editing it yet. Obviously, gathering by the fact that I'm still recording it right now. But yeah, so I do really hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, obviously, be sure to hit that like button to show some love. Be sure to subscribe if you do want to see more of these, and also feel free to let me know in the comments below if there is any other differences you would like me to see in my you'd like to see in my editing style. Obviously, as I said, I have been putting quite a lot of time into these videos and particularly into editing them. So if there's anything in particular that you really do enjoy about them, I have been told by several people that they really love the time lapses so far. So obviously I have included 2 of those in this particular video. Let me just check. Actually, yeah. Two of not just one, but 2 time lapses. I think, right? There was yeah. It was yeah. Just making sure while I'm recording this. As you can see, I'm a very well prepared man. You know, I'm always on top of my game, always prepared. Yeah, anyway though guys, I really hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace.